Alright, today we're going to do some 10 millimeter. Don't look at that, that's 243. Anyway, we're going to be loading some 10 millimeter today. So, here's our brand new brass. I've already primed it. This is stuff that actually my wife found when she was moving some stuff around. This is a gold mine. So on the first step here, what we're going to do is go in and just bell the case mount slightly, just a little bit, to make it easier to put the bullet in. Got to be careful with 10 millimeter. It head spaces off this lip, so you start messing with that lip too much and you'll cause yourself some problems. So I'm gonna do another 50 more of these, or 48 more. I've already did one. And in no time, there you go. You got 50 belled 10 millimeters ready to load. So what we'll do now is we'll set up our charge in our charge master, this guy right here, and we will make it spit out our desired load. Alright, here we go. We've got the unique loaded in the charge master. Remember, I always told you to put the powder that you're using on top of it. Well, you can't do it when you got a big one like that, but I've got other powders sitting around here, so we got to be careful to make sure that we don't contaminate it or load the wrong thing. I have had ammo given to me that the guy said he's not real sure what powder's in it because he had a couple of jars on his loading bench. We're not going to do that. So we're going to put our favorite charge out of the book in here, and because we're loading this for a 16-inch carbine, I'm gonna stroke it pretty hot. I'm not at max load, but it's a pretty hot load. So we'll let the charge master do its thing. There we go. Alright, I'm not going to bother you with watching me do this multiple more times, but you get the gist of it. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start stuffing them with bullets now. We've got a good charge of powder in there. I just measured these. This is going to be about a 98% load. It's not 100%, but that powder is real close to touching the back of the bullet there. So anyway, here's what we ended up with. These are the little hollow points. These are Rainier lead safe restrikes, and what they do is they coat the lead with this thin coating on here, and then they've got a punch that goes in there and punches a hollow point in it. So anyway, these are going to be pretty much for a little bit of target practice, but mostly it's for our Texas bullet traps, the hogs we got running around here. My goal this year is to knock one down with the 10 millimeter carbine I got. Carbide, whatever. Here in Texas, I call it a carbine. So anyway, it's an AR style, takes Glock mags because I've got a Glock 20 with a long slide on it. Anyway, this is what we're doing. Let me show you how it's done. Might not be the correct way, but it is my way, and it works. There you go. Boom. In the meantime, the scale's over here yelling at me, hey, there's powder over here, dump it. So, I think you've watched me before. You noticed I'll tend to put a powder in one and then put the bullet on it. But with the handgun rounds, it spits that charge, which is less than 10 grains of powder, pretty quick. Yes, I have measured multiple times to make sure the bullets are coming out the overall length that I want. And my buddy hooked me up with one of these little Dillon sizing, what do they call it, Dillon Precision 10 millimeter gauge. So there we go. Perfect. I also have a factory Glock barrel sitting over there. Alright, yeah, I heard you. Because I have a Lone Wolf 6.5 inch barrel in my 10 millimeter Glock, threaded, so we put the suppressor on the end of it. But it looks funny, the suppressor is longer than the gun is, so I don't do that very often. But my buddy years back was doing some casting of his own and cast them real hard, 178 grain, somewhere around 175 plus, hard lead, and that's what I have been shooting. But buddy hooked me up with these Rainiers. It's a 500 round box, but I think there's probably about 300 or so in here. And the cost of ammo and just flat getting any right now is pretty tough. So, you know, I've had all this stuff here, so it don't cost me anything but a little bit of time. The powder I buy in bulk for Unique, because we shoot a lot of wheel gun stuff too, and that seems to be the powder, especially for lead. All right, and my friends, just like that, there we go. We've got 50 180 grain hollow points. They're not traditional hollow points as per se, but they will probably knock a 40 caliber 10 millimeter hole in whatever we're shooting, so that works for me. Some of these will end up on paper. Hopefully a few of them will end up in some of these Texas hogs we got. I think some of you noticed too that I wasn't wearing gloves, and I told you I normally do because I'm pretty acidic. These here had some kind of little funk on them where I primed them a while back. I don't even know how long I've had these. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the tumbler with I think it's a mixture of corn cob and walnut, just to kind of smooth them up a little bit and clean them up. I'm pretty finicky about that. I really prefer my brass to be really clean. All right, that's the end of this one. And just like that, there's another 50 10 millimeter ready to go. That puts us at 100. Go out and look and see what 100 rounds of 10 millimeter will cost you right now, if you can find it. Yeah, it's pretty high dollar crap. So anyway, I appreciate my buddy Robert for giving me the bullets. Everything else I had on the shelf, so all I had to do was spend a little bit of time, and here's what we ended up with.